Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mr. BlueBasher here, back with some more Fallout 4 videos. Today we're going to be talking about the console commands. Since Fallout is a Bethesda game, the console commands you can use are very much akin to those commands back in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, as well as Skyrim. So if you go and watch my Skyrim video, they're going to be very much the same console commands. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more in depth with this video than I did in the last video. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. First command we're going to go over is the TMM command, just simply TMM. This has three different options. You've got TMM1, which will go ahead and enable every location on the map with the option to fast travel there. There's TMM0, which disables everything. And there's also TMM1, 0, 1, which adds all map markers as an undiscovered location without fast travel. So if we go ahead and type in TMM1 and then pull up the map on the Pip-Boy, we can see we now have every single location across the entirety of the Commonwealth located. And then if we go back into the console, type TMM0, we now have well, I gotta get out of the console first. We now have none of the locations discovered. And then TMM 1, 0, 1. We now have every location, but it's only the location and we can't fast travel there. So go ahead and use this however you will. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to TMM 1 so that way I can fast travel to wherever I need to. Second thing we're going to go over is the TCL command, which is just toggle collisions. This is pretty much the same command that Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim all had. Lets you just walk everywhere, fly everywhere, whatever. Lets you get out of some tricky situations if you were ever to get stuck somewhere. Another command that might come in handy for you is the toggle game pause command. That's TGP. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to completely freeze your entire game, except for the audio. So, I mean, I'm sitting here mashing all of the buttons I can. You can see I can still, take my Mentats or, equip my Rockaville Slugger. I can hear Nick Valentine saying things, but nothing else is happening until we go ahead and type in TGP again. And then everything of that I just fucking did is going to go ahead. And then there's also the always good TGM, which toggles God mode. Means you can't take any damage, and you can't be killed. You don't have to reload ever, stuff like that. Also, just like TGM, there's TIM, which toggles immortal mode, which means you can't be killed. Your health will still decrease, but it will never decrease to the point where you die. However, this can lead to the game breaking if you get attacked by a Deathclaw and it does its execution scene. Rips off one of your limbs, takes off your head, whatever. It'll make it so you can't equip any armor on that limb, or your perception is always 0, stuff like that. So, remember, your mileage may vary with the TIM command. Moving into inventory manipulation, there's always the player.add item. And then F, and then, type in however many caps you want, and it'll go ahead and give you that many caps. You can also do the same thing. You just have to find the item ID, and it'll, probably crash the game. I'm pretty sure I crashed my game. I just gave myself 10,000 of every shipment item. Whoops. This might be a problem. Alright, let's go ahead and, redo that. Now you might have noticed it's getting pretty dark, and according to my preview you can't see jack shit. So what we can go ahead and do is we can go set timescale, set game hour. So what we can do is go ahead and use the set game hour to, you have to use a period, not a semicolon like my dumbass was doing. So use a period in there, set game hour to 10 o'clock, and you can see it now now brings us to nice daylight. We can also go ahead and use the, it was just here. We can set the time scale to 0, and it will actually, it helps if I spell time scale right, and it will actually completely stop the progression of time, so it will always stay 10 o'clock a.m. It will never The time will never change. It's just helpful if you're trying to do any sort of building videos. Another thing that's always helpful to be able to do is the player.set level. If you want to just go ahead and cheat yourself to level, 75. And now you can see behind me, I am now level 75. And you're going to get all of those perks as well. So to get a Companion's Affinity, you want to go ahead and open up the console. Click on them. You can click on them a couple of times, and if nothing is changing, that means you're getting the right companion. You type in get AV space CA_affinity. Hit enter, and it'll tell you the current active value affinity down here in the bottom. As you can see, I'm currently at 1100 with Kate. And if we do the same thing with Curie, I am at 10,054. But if you wanted to mod this value, what you can do is instead of typing in get AV, you can do set AV, and it will go ahead and set a custom affinity for you. So let's go with 10,000. It will set Kate's affinity with me to 10,000. We can go ahead and use the get AV to go ahead and check that. And as you can see, I now am at 10,000 affinity with Kate. Now we're going to use the COC command, which is the center on cell command. The developer area for Fallout 4 is nicknamed QA Smoke. So we go ahead and type in COC QA Smoke. It'll go ahead and port us over here to this rustic looking area. You get 2 full rows of power armor, as well as every crafting station in the game, every variation thereof. So the 3 different cooking stations, the different workbenches, as well as the robot workbench there, the different chemistry stations, and over here you've got some boxes that have armor, weapons, books, holotapes, holotape games, scraps, consumables, miscellaneous items, and that's for that set of boxes over there. If you wander over here, you've got all of the DLC 01 holotapes, which is the first DLC that Bethesda released. So you got the holotapes, the holotape games, consumables, books, armor, weapons, robot mods, and gun mods, and a burnt technical manual for some reason. And there's not much else in this area except for that. And there's also no way out unless you use the COC command again. In this one, we're going to go ahead and COC on Sanctuary External. And that'll go ahead and port us right back to Sanctuary, where we'll be reunited with the actual game. And holy shit, Preston Garvey is doing work instead of just patrolling around like an asshole. Some other commands that you can go ahead and tinker around with are the set GS F jump height min, and then a value. It'll go ahead and set a value for your jump height. I just set it to 50, and you can see I'm not doing very much. So if you set that to 5,000, I am getting pretty far into the sky. I think I'm actually hitting skybox. Yeah, because I'm hitting a roof. Also be careful with that, because if you jump too high, you do take fall damage, as you can see. Since I still have God mode enabled, I don't actually take any of that fall damage. But if you jump that high, it would probably kill you. Another fun command is the set scale and get scale. So if we click on an item, we can set scale to something like, I don't know, 550. We now have a fucking gigantic turret. Holy shit, that thing is huge. And then if you want to restore it, you can use the get scale, and it'll tell you what the current scale is of the item. So we can set the scale of this giant ass turret back to 1, and it will revert back to its original size. I wonder if 0.5 will do anything. Yeah, tiny turret. Another thing you can use while you're out building your settlements is the... Oh, I'm still jumping incredibly high. Is the set AV on 349 and 34B after you click on the workshop. And what that'll do is that'll actually go ahead and increase or set the maximum value for the triangle or the draw cell budgets of your settlements. If you set AV 349, we can set that. We'll set that to like 50,000. And then we set AV 34B to 50,000, and then open the workshop, our workshop size is completely full. Ah, there we go. As you can see before, I was completely full on items, and now I am completely empty on items, which is fantastic. Let's see if I can find a generator somewhere. Another thing we can do is if we click on a generator, we can set AV of 32E, then type in a number, 10,000, and it will go ahead and update the amount of power it generates. And now this small generator generates 10,003 power, which is pretty nifty. I'm going to be setting AV to 331. But a settler can only work a maximum of 6 plants. There we go. And now this corn plant produces 6 food. And Miss Bitch-ass Marcy Long could work this 1 plant, and then I could have another settler work the 1 gourd, and then another settler work the 1 melon, the other gourd, etc., etc., etc. If we walk down here to our water generator, Jesus fucking Christ. If we walk down here to our water purifier and click on it, we can set AV of 332 to a value of, let's go with 9,990, and that should update it to 10,000. Once again, this will go ahead and change the amount that this water purifier will generate, and it will generate much more water now. The last thing we can do, this too, are the turrets. We can set AV to 333, and it will go ahead and change the amount of defense that a specific turret gives. We set that to 333, and now this machine gun turret will generate us 9,995 defense. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go ahead and do it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and comment, rate, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. You know what you know what I'm going to ask you to do. If you have any comments, suggestions for a future video, go ahead and leave those down in the comment section down below. And as always, stay beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.